Right, morning, how you doing all? As you could probably see from that intro, the weather is pretty pants. Finally got a day off to go out with my camera, and typical British weather, it's hammering down, raining, windy, bleak, miserable, but I've just dropped the wife to work, so I've had a bit of a late start. Made me flask up, and I've come to a place called, it's on the edge of Dartmoor, it's Avon Dam, but it's just south of that, where some of the water runs out. You've got the River Avon, and it goes for a place called Shipley Bridge. So as it comes down from the dam, the River Avon, I'm sort of in between the dam and Shipley Bridge. I'm parked at Shipley Bridge now, but I'm going to walk up the river. I'm hoping obviously there's no leaf on the trees because it's only March, beginning of April. I think it's when's April? Weekend? Soon. The weather being like this, I thought I'm going to get out somewhere underneath the trees, and hopefully I won't get soaked. Like a pleb, I forgot my umbrella. So yeah, fingers crossed. I'm going to walk up the river, get underneath the trees. I don't think I've brought you here before. I know I haven't brought you here before, but from the car park, as you go up the River Avon towards the Avon Dam, the river's on the right hand side of the path, and there's loads of photo opportunities. Don't know how this is going to go because the weather's miserable. Hopefully I'll get underneath, have a bit of shelter. I didn't want to get here too early because it would have been too dark under the trees to get any decent pictures. It's nice in the summer when there's loads of green foliage and the light's kind of coming through in bursts. But I thought I'd give it a winter try. Well, I say winter, we're in supposedly spring now. Look at the state of this, it's minging. But I'm going to get outside, have a walk about, take you with me, and it's going to be wet and a lot of wiping the lens, I think. So hang tight. Cool. Right, what do you reckon, people? Is this a cracking spot or what? But I wish I'd brought my umbrella, this is going to be a nightmare. All I want to do, first of all, is find my composition. You've seen my videos before, obviously. I love this kind of runoff coming off onto the side here. It sort of makes the pictures. The old Canon 14mm loves that. That's lush. Bloody, I can't believe I forgot my umbrella like a tit. I think I've got the tripod where I want it. So I've got the fall off to the right hand side. You can see all the river up there. I've got a nice angle with this kind of bushland and trees on the right. Oh, I think a long exposure shot, that'd be well nice. Yeah, I'm going to go for about there, I think. I'm going to get set up first and then turn you back on in a minute. Right, people, got my composition. Shooting from exactly here. I want to try and just get the edge of that in, but I also like this runoff down the right hand side here. The only thing I'm not overly happy with is there's this tree sort of framing over the top. I can't really fit it in because I don't want to cut the picture off. I want all the water in because the main subject really of this shot is the water in the foreground. And you can see in the shot that I've taken, I'll put it up on the screen now, 1/6 of a second, f13, ISO 100. Yeah, see, is there a branch hanging in the top? I wish I could get all that in really, but hey ho. I'm going to chuck, what am I going to chuck on now? I might chuck on my Lee IRND6 stop and see if I can turn this into something a little bit special. Sorry people, but this is the way it is. I've got my little cloth which I'm hanging over the camera to hopefully keep it dry. Put in like that. Go for the leaf filters. I'm lucky because my camera's just slightly angled down, so hopefully the rain won't hit the front element. If I'm lucky, but I ain't one of those lucky people. Right, I'm just going to go straight for my IRND6 stop. The cloth in my pocket. There's the tools, people. Don't need a graduated filter because that sky is just white. Look at that, I've literally just got it out of the bag and it's wet already. Make sure the front element is clean. Bang him on there. Got my camera on a 10-second timer. Oh blimey, 30 seconds. I'll let him take that shot. One bad thing, people, with these digital cameras and these rain covers. You put the rain cover on, of course the camera's so hot because it's electric, it all steams up. My eyepiece is steamed up. I'm just fingers crossed my bloody sensor's not steamed up. but hopefully this should look quite cool. F13, 30 seconds, ISO 100. Nice water drop off here. It's just, it's lush. Love it. Love this big oak tree here as well. Oh, loving that. I could probably do with that being a little bit lighter, but it's not bad. Actually, I might drop my f-stop. I don't want to up my ISO. Just drop my f-stop down to f10. It's going to let a little bit more light in. Give me a little. I've got a little. It's rising on the histogram. It's booting up the right-hand side one line, but I think that's just the white water. Well, I know it's just the white water. The weather's on my side at the minute. It's a bit kind of misty, but at least it's not bloody hammering it down with water. All right there. Put a little cloth over you to keep you dry. Yeah. Oh, loving that. Right, people, F10, 30 seconds, ISO 100, Canon EOS R, Canon 14 to 35. Going to come back a bit because, like I said earlier, I really like this oak tree, but I wouldn't mind getting the oak tree in and some of the water and some of the long exposure with the water. The problem is this lens is bloody wide, but so I'll come up here a little bit. Oh yeah, you're going to lose me for a sec. Oh, loving that. Right, people, next shot is this oak limb coming all the way out over. Sort of framed it kind of like that. Oh, I think I've just put my bloody arm in the shot. Oh no, that's right, it's finished. Oak limb coming out, and in the bottom right hand corner, so I've got the oak limb in the top left hand corner, and the bottom right hand corner got a little bit of water. So you've got the static oak tree on the left, and then a bit of movement in the water on the right. Hopefully that looks quite nice. Get down as low as we can. Can't believe I've kept my ND filter quite dry. Am I speaking too soon? Yep, spoke too soon, what a dickhead. 14mm, quite like that, it's nice and moody. Make sure the front element's clean. I know it's hidden by my ND filter here, but it's a lot of moisture in the air. So take my ND filter off, make sure the front of that front element of my lens is nice and clean. This ND filter is absolutely soaked. Nightmare. All this because I love a long exposure. It's so much easier if I didn't have an ND filter on the front. I wish I could have one built into the camera. That'd be so nice. Alright, there we go. Front element's clean. ND filter's nice and clean. Again, I'll just quickly flick him onto manual focus just to make sure everything's an acceptable focus, which it is. I'm going to go for F13, about 15 seconds. Whew. Nah, it's not too bad, but there's just too much green on the right hand side, I think, so I'm going to recompose that. But anyway, that was F13, 15 seconds, ISO 100. But to me, I think there's just a big block of green on the right hand side. I might be able to raise the shadows, might look a bit better, but not really impressed with that. Isn't that a blast? Quite like that. So 15 seconds takes a long time when you've got crap knees. That's a bit better. Look at the state of that, look at all the water on it. How are you supposed to take pictures in these conditions? Look at that, absolute nightmare. Right people, that was wet, minging and horrible. But what a spot, look. Just gonna have a little walk around, see if I can find any more compositions. Hopefully you haven't steamed up. I think I'm quite happy with what I got, even if I've only got 2 or 3 shots there. I think I quite like them. Long exposures in white water. It's easy to get carried away and just have a big white blob of just mess, which would be quite easy to do with this. See, it looks exciting. You think, yeah, I'm going to get my ND filter on, go for it, nice long exposure. But it just looks like a worm of white poo down the middle of your shot. Look great with a drone flying up over it though. It looks inviting, doesn't it? I fancy going for a dip, to be honest. God, it's like a bloody ice rink. Lovely shot looking up the river of all the branches coming over the river, which frames it really nice. Really, really like that. But this is like a bloody ice rink. Get rid of that, you're doing my bloody head in. Camera's soaked. I think that's going to be quite nice. So you've got the branches coming over the top of the frame, and then all this white water down here looks like loads of hands like that, which is quite smart. I'm going to go ass over tit in a minute, I can see it. Find somewhere to dig me tripod in. And yet again, clean the front of me bloody lens. No matter what you do near water, your camera gear just gets bloody soaking. 15 seconds, f13. I haven't gone wide, I've gone for 20 mil. So these 3 rocks are in the foreground. Then I might pull out and do a wider shot in a minute. Oh, I quite like that. Well, I'll tell you what, you people that don't wear glasses, you're so lucky. I'm going to pull him out, go for a bit of a wider shot, I think. Quite like this, quite like it. Ooh. I might get up there and get a bit closer because I really like these trees up here. Ooh, shit, nearly went. That's a bit more amongst it. Ah, yeah, I've got that tree framing it a beauty now. 14 mil, nice and wide. I'll probably just bung all these shots up. They're all f13, ISO 100, and they're all sort of around 15 to 20 seconds long. Oh, I quite like that. Oh, yeah, loving that. I don't want to push me luck and stay down here too long because I've got a feeling I'm going to fall over and end up on my arse in a minute. That's why I quite like this 14 to 35. I love shooting at 14 mil. Because I feel like I'm sort of in the shot, you know, puts me in amongst it. But sometimes when I zoom out, 35 is quite a nice focal range to kind of look in, if you know what I mean, if that makes any sense. With a wide angle lens, it feels like you're right in amongst it. 35 mil kind of pushes in quite nice. Quite like them, think they're all right. I just like the way the limb of the oak tree's coming over and framing it. Looks quite nice. I reckon that's about it, people. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope there's some cool pictures there. Cheers. Bye.